Yo, this is Full Court Press episode 11
I don't think it
with your
is.
host, Just Zeno, Khalil,
Yeah, what's good? What's good? What's good?
and then Moo done it.
Who done it? Moo done it.
Yo. All right, bro.
Woo!
But
Who done
now,
it? Moo done it, man.
let's
All
talk,
right,
let's
bro, you
chat,
good.
let's chat. First things first, first week, the third week of basketball. What's you guys' opinion, man? Let's start talking. Let's chat.
Go ahead, Dre. Hit him with the facts.
Hey, what's up, hello?
Bro, what I've been seeing, like I said, my guy Cam Thomas looking like a top 5 scorer in the league. Donovan Mitchell also.
We started off with chatting, crazy.
He said chatting.
Is that really Chatham?
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Cam
right
Thomas
now. I'm
definitely a better-
unironically chatting.
People don't want to say it, but Cam Thomas is a better scorer than KD and Damian Lillard. People don't want to say it, but somebody gotta say it. KD moved out my top 10. That's another.
Bruh, the funny thing is, KD hasn't even been playing bad or anything.
Nah,
We just
bro,
hating
he
on the
moved out
nigga.
the top 10,
we
bro.
really came in
Had
here and
to.
started hating on KD. That's what we doing.
But-
All right.
But yeah, Donovan Mitchell, he been playing. I do think he need to go to another team, bro. This dude been the NBA leading scorer and still not, like, his team is not doing anything. It seems like Evan Mobley will never take that offensive leap. As
Yeah,
like,
I'm afraid of that.
yeah, it seems like he's never gonna take the offensive leap that people is talking about.
For sure. Yeah, he's getting real disappointing. I ain't gonna lie. The defense is always
Yes.
gonna move me, but the offense not progressing is like hurting his ceiling a lot.
Yeah, dog. Well, I guess it was called Durant. What did I call him? It was Garnett Durant is not gonna be a thing, sadly.
Nah, the defense is always gonna be there, but the offense, like Khalil said, that's gone. That's not.
That's not
Okay.
gonna come. I want to talk about Asar Thompson being the best rookie
Guard defender.
perimeter defender I ever seen in my life.
Facts.
His ability to guard 1-on-1 or be able to be an actual real help side rim protector is actually like insane to me. Like he's been playing like a top 3 guard defender, like a top 3 point of attack defender, and he's also been guarding the rim like no other. Like the Pistons rim, like the Pistons paint defense when he's in the game is like when you have Jalen Duren and then you have Asar roaming around the paint, ready to deter and block any shot that comes to him. It makes it like very, very hard to score, especially when you already have Killian Hayes, Cade Cunningham, and Asar even guarding the wing and point of attack at times. So that's what makes the Pistons one of the best defenses in the league, is because how versatile Asar is defensively and how strong he is. Also, like he can guard small guards because how quick he is. He can guard tall guards because how lengthy he is. He can guard more physical people because how strong he is. Then he can all combine it into once when he's guarding a star.
Yeah.
So
what is just to add on to what you're saying, what would you say his range of guarding could be like when it comes to positions? So like 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s?
I think it's 1 through 4. As a 1-on-1 big man defender, he's not there. But like as strictly trying to contest shots, block shots, I think he's having like 2 blocks a game. Teams are, people are shooting, and people are shooting 45% from 0 to 6 feet when he's contesting their shot. So like he's like a real like Andre Karolinko, modern day Andre Karolinko, where he's can be the help side roamer and he's going to block a lot of shots and kill your team's rim finishing, or he can guard your star perimeter scorer and console them down. Like that OKC game, he completely ended Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He stopped him from everything he wanted to go to, because you know how Shai likes to like manipulate the defense a lot with a lot of fakes, and his footwork is very good. But Asar was sitting on that like all game.
Yeah, he's very disciplined.
Yeah, especially
very disciplined. And the thing is with Asar, when he came out the draft, when mainly people said they're like, "Oh yeah, Amen's better," but Asar, I like Asar because he's a better shooter. But Asar's shooting hasn't been great. But like people didn't talk about how Asar's just like the much better rim protector between the two. And his
My
I knew
question,
passing,
he was going to
he's
be the
like an
better
elite. He's an
defender.
elite role playing passer. I'm not
I
gonna
knew
lie.
he was going
fair
to be
Talk
enough.
the
about a
better
connector.
defender, especially with
One,
that Detroit cast.
Yeah.
I have a question to ask you guys when you get off this tangent. Just carry on then.
Oh, I'm just saying. As a passer too, his quick decision making, being able to operate on an angle pick and roll, all and being a connector, being able to operate in the short roll, like he's actually a really, really good passer, and just like his brother. So I think that helps a lot. So in the future, I can easily see Asar Thompson being the best role player in the NBA if they get more offensive weapons. Because the scoring package got to come along. Like the shooting got to come. But if it never does go to like an average level, I think I can see him being the best role player in the NBA.
I have a
Yes.
question for you now that you say that. Do you think that they can really get away with certain what's the word I'm looking for? With certain lineups where you play him at the 4 and then you gain more shoot, you can actually put shooting around
Yeah,
him.
yeah, because he's one of
Since
the
you
best
could just
rebounders
Yeah.
too.
exactly. So
He's
He's
like one of
very
the
good
best
at
offensive
rebounding.
rebounders in the league. He averages like 4.5 offensive rebounds per game, which is absurd. I think he's
wait,
like third in the league.
my question to you is like, do you think he's gonna? Okay, I want you to let me finish when I say this thing. Do you
Yeah.
think that he can be put himself in like a Draymond role where he can quarterback your defense? Do you think he has the ability to do that, or do you don't see him
No,
able
I
to do
don't.
that right
I
now?
mean, like I don't know. I don't see all that defensive computering that Draymond does. I don't see him just
Okay.
like running around and destroying every action type shit. If he was doing that too, then God, that nigga got it. But like, but nah, I don't see that. I don't see
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so you like now back to what I was talking about. Do you believe that we can put him at the 4? So like, let's say we have like a normal big, so Jalen Duran, have him at the
Mhm.
4, and then
Yeah.
you can gain like a switchable 3 with
Yeah,
Cade
he
being your
can easily be a
1.
4.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So like
easily.
thinking about it in like in this way. So you have Duran, Asar at your backcourt, and you have Cade at your 1, which is he is this what 6'6" point guard who is actually a good he's a good defender in my opinion. Do you guys agree with that? Now they only really
Yeah.
Yeah.
need is those switchable
Yes.
3 and then
Yeah.
a good like a good shoot spacer as the 2, like the 2 and 3 to be a good spacer. Don't you think that this team really has high potential to be one of the best defensive
They
teams?
do. They can easily be one of the best defensive teams. I think they will be
Yeah.
the best
Especially
defensive team in the league in years to come.
Don't
especially
you
if you
think
saying
Depending on
that
the
with the
defensive
front
help
court
that
that
the
they
Spurs
have.
give Victor.
you know the funniest thing is when it comes to the Pistons, it almost seems like every time they become great, it's always on the defensive end that
Defense, yeah.
they hang
Yeah,
their
they're a
hats off.
very good defensive team. They
Mhm.
always be that. Every
Or
every year
why
that they
is it because the
do
Bad
because
Boys is in the mid 2000s? Is it now?
Yeah, because
yeah,
you have the 04 Pistons, just those Pistons. You have the bad boys who hang their hand on defense and then had Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumas being like the main source of offense for them. And then now it's gonna be pretty much the same thing where everyone's pretty much a great defensive piece. And I'm guessing Cade is gonna be like their sole focal offensive piece while having like
yeah,
help from like Jalen Duran from rolling, having a Star Thompson being a great connective tissue on offense, having, I don't know, if Jaden Ivey comes off the bench as a 6-man and just provides spacing and just, scoring like that. Like that just seems
Mhm.
like a great, those 4 players I'm talking about, Jalen Duran, Jaden Ivey, Cade, and Asor, those 4 alone, I think is such a great piece. Great core already. Now you just really need to get that 2 and 3 and then like the missing pieces afterwards, and you can let them grow.
Marcus Sass is also a piece. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I hope it's not a
That
fluke run, but he
he
looks like a genuinely like
yeah
viable offensive option for them in the future.
he looks
Mhm.
very good.
But like, yeah, we also can't forget about the early '80s Pistons. By the way, that offense, something different. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the most underrated Pistons
Early
teams they've
80s.
had. Yeah, that's where Kelly Tripucka and Isaiah Thomas run their fast-paced offense.
Yeah,
They're like consistently one of the best offenses in the league. But yeah,
Mhm.
the Pistons,
yeah.
their future, they got some in the future. I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
People
that's
will
good.
sleep on their future though. That's the crazy part. Going into the season, people will still sleep on their future, but
To, to
they
be
they finding out now.
To be fair, no one saw Assault Thompson becoming the best rookie perimeter defender we've ever seen. No one saw that. Like,
Yeah.
Nah,
like
I just knew he was gonna be a very great defender. I didn't think he would be
out the
that good
gate,
that he was.
out the gate.
Yeah. Uh,
I don't know
I
about
didn't
that,
fall
man.
into that little hype of the G League Ignite. I knew
Mhm.
that him and the man was gonna be very great at defense. I thought that was gonna be their strong suit.
They wasn't even a G League good night. They were from overtime.
Yeah, overtime elite.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant
Oh,
to
fair
say.
enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, yeah, also Thompson, the destroyer of opponents'
Yeah,
offenses.
and the Minnesota Timberwolves team that's looking like one of
Mars
the
Mars said Cap only people hating on OTE doubted. To be fair, like it was kind of a
yeah.
relatively new league, so people were having their doubts, to be honest with you. Especially I remember like No talking about it, like how certain players are just smoking layups and layup lines and stuff like that. But like I understand where you're coming from though. But
Yeah, people was hating on that league. But that Minnesota Timberwolves team, that's looking like a great defensive team right there.
hey
That's look
man,
like looking different and took a jump offensively and defensively. Coming this season, Jaden McDaniel came back
I
and
agree with you, to
still
be honest with you. I completely agree with you.
Jaden McDaniel came back and still on his bully stuff.
Hmm.
He's hounding most POA players and the most high level players. He's hounding them. Then you got Rudy performing like one of the. He's right now. He's the best run protector in the league. He's the best run protector in the league. There's
Oh yeah,
no
for
like,
sure. He's always
True.
been that when he's healthy.
yeah,
Other than like last season.
Oh yeah. But last season he wasn't healthy. He was dealing with
He
the
wasn't
neck
healthy.
injury.
Okay, fair enough, fair
Yeah.
enough.
But
I do. Can I talk about one thing that I want to say?
no.
This. Okay, Kilo. Anyways, we had this conversation. Fuck you, Kilo. There was having this conversation on another podcast. Fuck, what they call it? The Player's Choice. And I want to talk about specifically this trade. I want to ask what your opinions on it. It was the Draymond Green and Andre Wiggins as Andrew Wiggins for Cat. I just want to say if you ever allow Draymond Green and Draymond Green and Gobert on the same defense, yo, I that defense might be some of the most unholy defense we've ever seen. I'm telling you that now. Because if you're allowing Draymond Green to pretty much say, all right, I can go around and blow up any action. And even if I do make a mistake, I have one of the best, if not the best rim protector in the league, so that I don't have much issues if if we have any defensive breakdowns. That's crazy to me. And then you have great roamers with him in sense of Anthony Edwards, and we have J Mac as well. That's insane. And then you have Andrew Wiggins coming off the bench as well, if that's the case. That allows him who also is going to provide a lot of defense, not to, championship Warriors level, but that's still a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna entertain that because
Yo,
A, it
that
would be
might
bad for
be
the league, and B,
exactly.
that would never happen in the
Yeah.
history of
yeah.
life.
I just want to
I
say
don't
if
like
that
how
ever
people
happens,
saying
though.
trade Cat when they don't got no like people not naming viable options that you could get for Cat. I don't.
Just to talk about to some of the people talking in chat. Just Listen says to what you guys were saying earlier about the Pistons. Mars says when he's talking about people hating on OTE, the overtime, he was saying that the only people that like was talking about Osar and then maybe being not that good is because they're hating on OTE. And then he said talent is talent no matter where it's playing
For
because of
sure.
what I
Yes,
said.
Mars. Yes, he is.
If you can't
Uh,
recognize talent, if it's not in the NBA or
Yo,
NCAA, then I don't know what to say to
I'm
you.
not gonna lie
yes,
to
he
you,
is.
I'm not gonna
Tonight,
lie to you,
yes, he
Mars.
is.
He about to get put in quarantine the way that Asar is gonna do. It's gonna be sad to see. Um, Just Listen also says, where does Shet and Wemby rank in rim protection? But we were still looking at Wemby's rank in rim protection. It was fucking insane. Tell him what we saw.
Oh yeah, teams are shooting minus 25 defensive expected field goal percentage on 1B, which is or minus
Insane.
26 actually, which is just insane. I remember there was a stat where AD in the first two series of last season, last playoffs, like teams were shooting minus 25 on them in the paint, and you could just obviously tell because how like when AD was in the paint, you were getting anything going, and it's kind of like the same with Wemby, but like when Wemby's up in there, he's gonna get a hand on every single ball. If you throw the ball anywhere near him, he's gonna get all the deflections. You
Yes.
put it up on him. He's most likely gonna contest. He's most likely gonna get a block, or he's 100% getting a contest on it. I feel like 99% of the time, if you put it up on Wemby, you're mostly scared anyways, and you're like he throws off your shot. Like it doesn't like the deterrence is something like different, bro.
Of
I
course,
don't know.
because it's because of how fluid he is as a 7-footer, while his immeasurables as well. It's like insane, and his reaction speed. The fact that
Hmm.
you have a 7-1 like a 7-4 player move as gracefully as he does has great reaction time as well. Like it's insane.
Yes.
Yeah,
Also,
like
Chet.
the people who
Chet
shoot on
also
Wemby, they
has a
don't even
that's a
want to
big.
put it up anyway.
Like to add on to what Khalil said, yeah. Remember, NBA players kind of have like a rhythm of like, okay, how far the bigs can actually get to your shot. So you have like a
And they're
timing on
used
that.
to it.
Exactly. Wemby throws that off so hard. So they haven't even caught up to Wemby's like measurables and his timing. So that's why you see sometimes where he like people think, okay, he's gonna take like it's gonna take like 1 second for him to get to hit, and he
Yeah,
takes him
he
half a second, and you're like, holy shit, he's already
seems like
here.
he's in like every play. Like
Oh
it
yeah,
don't
he's there
matter if
everywhere.
it's at the rim or at the 3 point line. He's in
Mhm.
every play. No matter if it's mentally or physically, he's in every play. Niggas are like people are literally scared of him.
And what's called Mars says a play. Mars says, let me see. Teams already stopped trying Wemby at the rim. Like, of course, because he just at the rim, you're literally playing into his
Yeah,
strength.
he's the biggest deterrent in the league.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it- if you play him at the rim, you're literally playing into his own hands. You're playing into a 7-4 guard, what's called big that can move like as gracefully as a wing. Like you're literally screwing yourself over. You're screwing your offense over. The way to beat Wemby is to stretch him out and then like have someone cut and try and get to the rim that way. If you really want to actually get some like consistent field goals, it's
And
like
even then,
trying
he can easily recover. And then
exactly.
that's another block
Um
from there.
He says, yes, San Antonio still has the
Yeah.
worst defense. Agreed. But I think that's mainly due not outside, it's just outside of Wemby, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to be honest, it's just
Yeah.
that how bad that defense is when he's off the court. Like it's like historically bad when he's
Yeah,
off the
the
court.
on off numbers are insane for Wemby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kilo, check the private chat, by the way.
I'm good.
All right, buddy. I mean, well, FF mood. I was trying to help you, dog. I'm trying to help you, boo. But what's your opinion on OKC, guys?
OKC a very great team. From what I've seen from OKC, Case and Watt, I've been seeing Case and Watlin shoot up. Been shooting unbelievable splits. I think he's shooting like 60% from the field and uh
I'm
like
so scared of
50
Klay
something,
Thompson, dog. Sorry, I'm
55 from
watching the
Case,
games.
from 55 from three. Uh
Hmm.
and Chet seemed like I said, he was gonna be the better shooter out of between Wemby and him. I knew he was gonna be the better offensive player. I think when Chet is a hell of a passer. From what I've been seeing, he's a hell of a passer. He's a better passer than Wemby. Uh, and Shea, we know Shea ain't gonna take no massive leap other than playmaking, but playmaking seems like he already took the best playmaker spot from Josh Giddey this season. Uh, Josh Giddey been performing bad, bro. I don't.
It's been very bad.
It's been
I came
very
at the
bad
right
about,
moment.
Wait, before you carry on,
bro. This
Dev, I just
nigga,
want to check out
this
Just
nigga got a
Listen.
train.
He says, I agree Chet is better than Wemby, but does he look so much better? I'm guessing because the Spurs are asking him more from Wemby than OKC is asking of Chet. I
No,
think I think that's
No,
not the case. I just think that Chet in his role is just better than Wemby at this point.
Yeah,
This
Chet,
nigga
which
said,
Chet,
everybody.
He's just playing better overall. He's shooting like
That boy got a
50% from
train in
three.
his background.
He's playing better defensively and offensively. He's just playing better overall.
Bro, on the construction site.
I don't think Chet's playing better defensively than Wemby. I think Chet's
no,
Nah,
playing.
I think he could. I think Chet can. I don't want to say he clears him, but I think Chet plays better on offense. That's the thing.
yeah,
Just
he
Yeah,
better
do.
he
He
connected.
do.
definitely
He
has. He
do. He
definitely
do.
has.
Better connector on offense. Is a better 3-point shooter.
Way better shooter. Great
Yeah.
at attacking closeouts and creating advantages for the offense. I don't like Chet's ceiling to me. I don't
Yeah,
even know what it is. I'm not
he's
gonna lie.
very good at a kick out. Like to do the kick out passes, he's very great
Yeah,
at that.
driving the
For his
kick. Yeah.
size. Like I think.
Hey man. All I know is I think Chet Wemby. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. People are having this like issue of like who's gonna be like the best players in the next generation. But I think this year we kind of just stopped now, realizing we don't need to be worrying about that because the influx of talent that we're seeing right now, like Alma and Thompson on the defensive end, you have Shet and Wemby on the offensive end. Wow, two of them just disappeared. Nice. We have like we have certain players coming up even right now, like, and you have SGA. Like we have a lot of influx of talent that's actually really you know get better. And I just think that people really need to understand now that we don't really need to worry about the influx in talent of now. It's really good. It's in good hands. So don't worry about it.
It's in good hands. It's just never gonna reach the heights of what it was with Bron Curry, which people gotta accept. But where did Dre and Dev go? What
I'm
the
back.
fuck?
I'm back. I had to.
Okay, but yeah, I do think Wemby's still a better defender than Chet because how good he is as a rim protector. I think Chet is still I think Chet's still a great rim protector, but to me, I think he still bites on a lot of up fakes and everything. And that's with every young rim protector, but like I think Wemby, like even if I don't think Wemby bites nearly as often, and he has a problem, you can say that he doesn't jump as much, but even when he doesn't, he still gets a great contest on all shots. I think Wemby is very good in passing lanes. I think Chet's just better in space. I think Chet's better on the perimeter and how good he rotates across the entire court.
Like
But
I get when
opposite.
people.
I feel like it's opposite. I think Chet is more of a like for like today. I think Chet is more of the better anchor and better like rim protector than Wemby. I just think Wemby is so much better on the perimeter than Chet.
nah,
Yo, Dev,
I don't
I'm gonna have
know.
to mute you.
No, I don't think that.
I do. I think Chet is a little bit more like disciplined than Wemby, and I think he do get a lot of fouls, but I think he's a little bit more disciplined from what I've been seeing from Wemby.
I'm not sure, and even on the weak side, Chet, I don't think he's as good as Wemby on the weak side. I think Chet slams his brakes too much attacking shots in the corner compared to Wemby. I think Wemby easily recovers better. I think Wemby's just much more disciplined.
Yeah, he does recover a lot way more better because he. But I do think Wemby is like I said, I think Wemby is better in like the opposite of what you said. Space. I think Wemby is way more better than space because he get from corner to corner like no other like we seen. But Chet, from what I've been seeing from Chet, rim protection has been very good.
I do have a question for you guys.
Yeah, both of them are great rim protectors, but
I do have a question for all three of y'all. I don't know if y'all answer this. Do you think has Chet impressed y'all of how easily he was able to come in, even though he had a year? Yeah, I know he was after last year. He didn't play. He had a year to adjust. But are you still surprised about like how fluent he looks and like he kind of just looks like already like one of the best defenders, one of the best players already? He just kind of came in not really struggling so far, I should say. Whereas like some of the other
Let's
young
go and be
players.
shut that fraud down, man. Let's
He
go.
had a year of just watching the game of basketball, so he's gonna be
Hmm.
Yeah,
mostly
that's
more polished than every other
what you're
prospect.
saying.
Which I do think prospects are coming in very polished. But
Not a rookie? Question mark? Not a
I
rookie?
agree. Yeah, that's the thing, and
No,
that's
I'm
one thing
playing.
I have an issue, Khalil and
Hmm.
Muya. That's the issue I have with players like Chet actually being counted as a rookie because these players unironically aren't really rookies because they have 1 year of real NBA development, whether it's physically, whether it's like learning the game, because they're actually on the sidelines, they're actually listening to NBA level coaches, teaching them certain stuff that they won't be taught in college or damn, I can't remember what they call it, like in the Pac-12, whatever. That's different. So it's completely different when it comes to that. So that's
but I
why I
do,
think that's not.
but the thing is, I do think these rookies are coming in way more polished than what people thought these rookies would be.
I do agree with that though.
Yeah, this is the best rookie class in
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
but
very long
yeah,
time.
what
it's
you're
a great
saying,
select.
Mars, is understandable. But I'm saying like the players like who am I trying to say? Like Ben Simmons, um
Blake
Shed.
Griffin.
These players that have been in the league for a year and so it's hard. They're not rookies they're rookies in the sense that they have not played the game, but they're not rookies in the sense that they just came fresh into the NBA. Because when we
But
think of rookies originally, we usually think of rookies that just came into the NBA. They haven't really transitioned to the NBA plays outside of summer and all of that type of stuff. But these players have already had a year of all of that. So of course they're gonna look better and more game speed compared to the rest. Of course, there's gonna be outliers, but for the most part, if you've been in the NBA for a whole year, you've understood the game a whole year before more than actual rookies
yeah,
that just in. That's what I mean.
yeah.
They have a
But
huge advantage.
even that goes, it's still not impressive. Like people have questions about his physicality. That hasn't really been a big issue so
Yeah,
far. People have issues about like him being able to shoot, and that hasn't been an issue so far. Or even like if his defense or if his offense game would translate at all, and that's he's been someone that he's been answering all his questions. So even though yes he isn't a rookie technically, it's still I think very impressive for him to be his first year playing basketball to adjust and make that team defense like even better. Like he's easily probably our second best player on the team. I don't like y'all think he's the second
y'all
best player
did
on the team right now?
y'all didn't have a rim protector like last year, so
Oh yeah,
like
Yeah, I
hell no,
know.
they didn't.
Yeah, I know we did.
so
That's
when
the other reason why we got
y'all gonna defense gonna get better when y'all actually get a rim protector.
yeah, exactly. So like that's the because he was running J Dub at the five and not J
Yeah,
Dub J
so
Will.
y'all defense gonna improve regardless if you because you're gonna get a rim protector in chat. And the shooting, like I said, I already thought he was gonna be a better like offensive player than Wemby coming in. It's like,
I
all right,
do
bro.
I do want to say while you guys are chatting, SGA 25 getting thrown in as an influx of talent is insane. Yo, you got the whole point of me saying that because I'm just saying the next generation. Stop doing this. Wemby doesn't bite because he doesn't jump on anything. Is what
Yeah,
Mars
I
is
don't.
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think he dumped. It just
You
the
don't even
hand
need to.
placement of Chet.
Yeah, he doesn't
I
have
He
to.
think Chet get
he
more
only jumps when
fouls.
he's out of position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Chet his hand placement be like I can't say he got wild hands, but he do get a lot of fouls under the rim more than probably Wemby.
Yeah, man, we're talking about two elite rim protectors anyway, and Chad is also he's a rookie, so he's obviously going to be less disciplined than other rim protectors around the league. So like once he cleans
Yeah,
that up when he's like 25, 26, 27, I think he's easily going
Do
to
you
be like
think it's
a
gonna take
second
him
best
that
rim
long?
protector.
Do you think it's gonna take him that long to really do that?
No,
do
I'm just
what?
saying like once he's actually in like his best defensive form later in his career.
yeah, physical
Yeah,
and
physically, because like
Yeah,
because
so
I
like
think
I think he's going
yeah.
to be like the second best rim protector in the league probably.
Especially, like I think he could be a good post defender too if he adds on some weight as well. Like if he adds some more weight, I feel like he has defensive IQ and ability to be a good post defender. But right now,
Oh, I need to see
he's
that.
yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that's been said is just listen says last year's rookie class who has shown y'all the most improvement. What's your opinions on that?
From this year,
Last year.
this Jabari Smith has been playing really good in my opinion for summer league. He's showing improvement to his game. I like to the offensive game and the defense is always moving. And
Who Dav said?
I
He-
said Jabari Smith.
Jamar
Like
Smith.
Jabari Smith.
British brother saying. Shit. Yeah, I would say Jabari. Jabari had a lot of promise, trusting, and he improved a lot.
I'm
Can't
trying to
really
look-
think of no rookies. Yeah, I can't really.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
the
I'll go
rookies.
with I'll go with Mark Williams was a rookie last year. Yeah, I'll go with Mark Williams. I think Mark Williams has been a better interior finisher this year. He's been much better of a he's been way better on the road than last year. Defensively, he's improved even more as a rim protector, and he's been better in space. He's been able to actually go out all the way back into the pick and roll actions, be able to hard hedge, be able to rotate all the way back to the roll man, contested shot. He's really good in transition for a center. Yeah, he's impressed me a lot. I like Mark Williams.
Actually, what about was Jalen Duren drafted last year?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
Jalen
yeah,
Duren?
Jalen Duren.
Jalen
Yeah,
Duren.
Jalen
I'm
Duren.
about to say
Yeah.
Jalen Duren. I'm about to say Jalen Duren.
No, because I was actually looking at it now and I just skipped past Jalen Duren accidentally. I was gonna look at saying
Yeah,
Jaden Ivey
it's
is showing a jump as well. I was gonna say shout out shout out. I was gonna shout him out. Also, Christian Braun has been better.
We don't
Yeah.
care.
Damn. God damn.
Mars, yeah, he
I-
keeps
I-
he keeps
I got-
the
I
ball
got-
in bounds.
I
a lot.
got another shout out. I want to shout out Peyton Watson. I was very high on him coming to this league to take the Bruce Brown replacement. I think he's doing a better defenders on the Nuggets. He could be a good cutter.
You don't play nothing like Bruce Brown.
Oh yeah, he don't. I mean, he don't play another Bruce Brown. Well, when I mean replacement, I mean he would take his spot. I don't think he would You know what I mean? It's
okay, yeah. No.
Also, another player I want to shout out. Shout out AJ Griffin.
yes, facts. Shout out AJ Griffin, man.
Why?
He needs some more minutes. He just needs some more minutes though.
Why?
I just want to shout him out for his play, not necessarily the growth in his game.
I don't think a lot, bro. AJ Griffin not like that, bro. I ain't gonna hodge. Like that nigga David said. I ain't gonna hodge. What is he like? He's a good shooter, right? He's a good catch and shoot shooter. But aside from that, what?
I
He's
think the next.
He's good at cutter. His defense is straight from time to time.
No, I don't think he's. I don't even his defense is not moving the needle at all. His cutting, I don't really see it. He doesn't attack closeouts off his own gravity like he should. Anything putting the ball on the floor, he's not good at at all. It's kind of mediocre. His defense is obviously mediocre. He doesn't give you any type of rebounding value, playmaking value. I don't know, but
wait. And what am I lying about, Mars?
It was something.
I'm talking about the Peyton Watson.
Yeah, but I do want to move on to another subject. What's your guys' opinion?
Oh no, my fault.
Okay, so what was your guys' opinion on the last game? Or the Bucks versus was it the Pistons? Bucks versus Pistons.
Yeah, we talked. Did we talk about them?
No, we did not talk about it. That's why I brought it up.
The Pistons?
The Bucks
the game
versus
specifically.
Pistons.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
I'm tripping.
Oh, I turned that game on late and I saw Marcus Sasser cooking. So,
No one else watched?
I watched it. I think Giannis had the 50 points, but then again, there was some. I remember there was some crucial.
You are not hating, by the way. AJ Griffin is not that type of defender. He's like a neutral defender. And I think one of the things that Adrian Griffin needs to work on is when they play up on his three, he needs a closeout game. Whether it's like he's shown the flashes of being good at attacking closeouts, but he's not been consistent on that way. I'm waiting for him to either be able to counter that with like a mid range or actually just getting straight to the rim. He hasn't put that into his game yet, but that's
His floater's eye. His floater's eye when I see it. He's an eye floater. But I was gonna say, Giannis.
We're getting straight to this, by the way, Justin. Just to clarify what you said, how long until we are allowed to say the same Giannis duo is not as seamless as we thought?
The Giannis Dame duo. I mean, I think it's been pretty decent. I mean, they have to adjust it because what happened?
I get that reference.
Yo,
leave
Mars,
JJ
bro.
alone, dog. Leave JJ alone.
Yo.
But you can go back on
I
to
get it.
the
I get
Bucks
it.
versus Pistons game now.
Oh, this game that's going on right now.
No.
This is our playing the
No, the
Sixers right
Bucks
now.
Pistons. I didn't see much of it. I didn't
Bucks,
even watch
oh,
it.
Bucks
Yeah.
Pacers, Bucks Pacers, Bucks Pacers.
Oh, so Pacers.
Yo.
Pistons.
Okay, my fault. Oh, I didn't watch the game. Okay. I didn't watch the game. Okay, I didn't watch the game. My fault.
Okay, so none of us watched the game. W. Mars is saying that Sir had Dame in purgatory. I'll just take your word on it because I actually was going to watch it, but I came from work and I was actually just setting up some stuff.
Yeah, I hate on the Bucks, so like I'm not about to watch it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You hate the Bucks? That's crazy.
Yeah,
So-
that's
really
really crazy.
crazy?
Watching.
No, I know you
Crazy
don't.
to hate the Bucks?
No. I know you don't like him, Khalil. But I'm surprised Moo don't like him.
You run that dunk, man.
What is there to
Question
like about him?
I didn't think you was a
Dog,
Giannis hater. I didn't think you was a Giannis hater. Move. I didn't know that.
Let's talk about the Dame and Giannis duo right now. Though, let's actually have a conversation with that. What's your opinion on them? Because they've not been working out as we think they should be.
I mean, in the actions where they actually put together, they're really good. But I just don't think Adrian Griffin puts them in the right spots to succeed much because they have Lillard playing off the ball a lot more than he should be, and Giannis is getting a lot more post touches than he should.
Yeah, are we gonna talk about how? Do you think Giannis is actually that great? Like, not great, that willing as a roller? Do you think he's?
Yeah,
that
I think
willing?
he would be.
No, do you
Yeah,
think
I
he
think-
is like, even right now, like a consistent, like willing roller right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What about
I've been
his
seeing-
issues of just for some reason just taking a lot of like mid ranges and 3-point shots, unless he started cutting them out? But when the last few games that I
Nah,
watched,
he has been. He has been.
It's
But,
just the mid ranges. I think that's just who he is at this point. I think he's always going to take the
Yeah.
mid range shot to try to like progress it into his game to be better and better. But I feel like there's some people in the world who can try to keep doing something but will never be good at it. I think that's Giannis
Yeah.
with shooting.
So you telling me he got like insanity? He like
Yeah.
true.
Chris said he's insane.
But yeah, the Dame and Giannis fit, it gonna work sooner or later. But I'm like coming into it, I wasn't that high on it. I'm not
I
gonna
was
lie to
actually
you.
really high. I was high on it because of the
No.
the fact that Giannis would be a good short passer just because he's already shown being good at attacking the rim and playmaking out of that. Giannis also causing a lot of issues when he's rolling to the rim because he's a great lob threat. He's also great. He should be great in the short roll. He's just Giannis. And then I think Dame being able to force the defender to go over the top of screens because of his elite 3-point shooting is what I think. That's why their pairing should be great. So I actually didn't have much issues on that.
No,
I just hate
on
on
like I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought it would be an adjustment period. I was high on the fit because same with what Zeno said because I thought the game could coexist with each other because Dame was probably one of the best pick and roll pick and roll players of all. I mean, not of all time. I mean, he's one of the best pick and roll players last year, and obviously bring him with Giannis. I thought it would make Giannis' game easier so he could play more off ball and get him more easier looks at the rim with him throwing a lob or just playing off of Dame's gravity, and vice versa from Giannis playing off of Dame's gravity. Dame playing off Giannis' gravity, him able to drive a kick, just drive that Tinson, and like you said, the coach probably to drop plays for him. And I think it's an adjustment period because they still have to get rid. It's a whole different team because Drew Holiday's not there, and Middleton's not the same player as he used to be. So it's kind of a different dynamic for him. So I think we still have to wait and see. It's still only been 7 games
Talking
into the
about
season.
Middleton,
So
when are we going to realize that Middleton is not going to progress back to who he once was?
Who
When is
said
that
I
he
going
wouldn't
to?
be
was?
shocked. What
Who?
is he? 32.
Yeah, I
he's like
was waiting
he's
for
in the
because for
30s.
some
Yeah.
reason people been essentially saying like last season he was injured, the season before that he was kind of injured, like and trying to give like reasons of like, oh, he could actually come back to who he is because there seem, progressively players are actually having much more longevity than the seasons before. But they need to realize those are still not the norm. This is
I
not the
mean,
norm to be really good later on in your career. The people that usually have that type of longevity are like the top, like the some of the best players we've ever seen, like
yeah,
Steph Curry, LeBron, KD. These type of players are able to do.
KD.
It's not
yeah.
like okay, Kilo, come on.
Durant.
Let's be serious right now. Like
We talk
these
about
players,
Wayne.
we talk about Wade. It's crazy. We are just like we need to realize that players being that great up into their mid-30s are not that consistent. So you need to realize that. Mars also says, but he can't set a screen. That's one of the issues with Giannis. That him not being able to set a screen so that the advantage can be created already from the jump is being an issue. But I think that's something you can work on. Although he's been a bad screen setter for a while now, so that's
Yeah,
true.
he has.
But the thing with Middleton is he's been
You're
getting progressively worse.
Sage. I love you as my brother, but you're chatting right now.
What
Yeah,
is
he's
that?
chatting. He said
He
Middleton's the
said,
best player in the
when
Bucks.
are we gonna realize what's called Middleton is the best player in the Bucks? He's hating on the fact that he hates on Dame and he hates on Giannis. That's why. And Just
W
Listen
hate.
says Beasley getting tricked by an invisible screen was all you need to see to know about the Bucks perimeter defense.
No, man, he's 3-and-D with no D. Beasley's 3-and-D with no D too.
No D is crazy, by the
Now
way.
he's a more too.
But I was gonna say Middleton's been getting progressively worse, like since the championship year, because he's been getting injured and he's getting older. He doesn't have the same burst or step as he got, and it's making it harder for him to create his own shot. And like even against he missed the game against he missed the last game against the Pacers, I think. If I'm no he didn't, I might be wrong. I forgot he missed one game. I forgot one game.
Nah, he is a 3. It's more like 1.5 because he's inconsistent, but yeah.
So yeah, even him as a defender, he's not the same defender because he can't move the same laterally either. So Middleton, that's another reason why they got Dame Lillard, trying to get Dame because they know Middleton can't have that same offensive load. That's saying
One
Middleton will
second, let
never
me mute
had
myself.
load.
No, they
But
got Dame because that was their only window of making it out was
the conference finals.
another star of any player.
Yeah, so that's my thing with Middleton and the Bucks. I still had him losing. In my opinion, I had him losing to the Celtics in the conference finals. I do have the Bucks still being the second best team in the East, even though they don't show. I think by all of them show, I do have them go to the conference finals at the end of the day. But I think the Bucks right now can lose to the Celtics.
I'm back. Also, Just Listen
Boy,
says,
got a door.
Brooke looks like he's taking a step back too. I mean, let's keep it real. Last season was like an outlier for Brooke. If you really thought Brooke could be like that for another season, I don't know what to tell you. I got a bridge to sell you if that's the case. But understandable what you mean. He's just not looked as impenetrable as a rim protector as last season. True. And the Sixers getting their back blown out by the Pistons right now.
Yeah, y'all
it's
down
feeling tough.
23-36, bro. That's a bad look, bro.
Yeah, we're getting our
Yeah,
back
that's a
blown
bad
out right
look
now.
right now.
This
Yeah,
ain't looking good though.
and you say y'all was good.
We're giving Marcus Morris Senior
You got a
minutes in
tag in his
2023.
background talking about.
We giving Marcus Morris minutes in 2023. This is not a good look, man. I'm not gonna lie though.
That's moot.
Y'all here relying on Tyrese Maxey. He ain't clipped by the star.
Bro in the party.
This is
talking about
ATL talking, by the way.
Bro in the party.
I want to be ATL in London.
Damn.
London's fire. I don't know what they talk about. But anyways, let's go. We're going back to the conversation. What other teams do you guys want to talk about though?
Can we talk about
The Nets.
the Pacers?
Actually, yes, the Nets. The Nets is something I want to talk about. Hey, what's your guys' opinion on respect Porzingis? Oh wait, no, Porzingis
All
is the
right,
number two.
bro.
But anyways,
We got
back to what we'll talk about.
Porzingis,
Yeah.
not the number 3.
No. I say Porzingis number 2. Can we
Oh
talk
yeah,
about how
yeah,
Jaylen Brown is officially the number 3 of the Celtics? Yeah, Porzingis is number 2 and Jaylen Brown's
yeah.
number 3. I
We
think that's
said that
obvious.
at the beginning.
Yeah, we've
Only
been
one
Niggas want
person
to
said
see
that, but
Bobby,
JJ. Niggas talking about JJ Flynn.
we've been
Dev,
know
go
this.
ahead and say what you want to say about the Nets, bro.
Go ahead, Dev.
Bro, you
Let's
don't
go.
want to talk with
No, that was Moon. That was Moon. That was Moon. Moon wanted to say about that.
No, you go first though, Lynette.
him?
But I'm literally the biggest. I'm literally the biggest dude in the chat.
All right, bro.
But nah, the Nets. I would say this. Cam Thomas been impressing me because at first I didn't understand the hype too much. I thought Cam Thomas scoring. I said, okay, he's a good. I thought he's a good scorer. I thought he's gonna like a notice but like a. I thought he'd be like a Lou Williams guy type of scorer because I saw him come at the bench. I didn't know he's gonna start in that, but his scoring's been really good this year. He's easily the best scorer on the Nets. When he's showing he's one of the better scorers in the league. And I know it's only been a short sample size, but Cam Thomas been playing really good basketball. I do like the dynamic of the Nets. The Mikal Bridges top 25 zone, I told y'all it wasn't going to happen. I didn't see it at all. I didn't understand why people had him being a top 20 or 25 player in the league after that sample size. I don't know how many games sample size last year,
Like
but
23.
yeah, 23. And not only that, him in the playoffs, he wasn't that great either. But I haven't watched too many Nets games. Has Claxton been healthy?
No.
No, Claxton been out. That's why their
Yeah,
defense hasn't been that good. Cause Claxton and Ben was out last game, I think.
Yeah, Ben missed
yeah,
last game.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to give a full evaluation on Nets because I want to see how they look with Claxton because I do think Claxton is. I had Claxton being a defensive player of the year candidate, like top 3, and he hasn't been healthy. So I thought the Nets will have one of the better defense in the league with him, DFS, Mikal Bridges, and Simmons. But we'll see how it all cards out for the Nets. It's really been Cam Thomas that's been impressing me. He's the best scorer in the Nets. I still think Mikal Bridges is a better overall player, but I think Cam Thomas can develop more.
I actually think. Oh wait, Cantars. Yeah. I'm actually curious how that defense is gonna look when it's gonna be. If they are actually playing Ben Simmons at a power forward, because I'm actually not fully sure how they place him in the fucking starting lineup. But if it's gonna be a backcourt of Nicholas Claxton and Ben Simmons, especially how Ben Simmons looks more reinvigorated, I think that's going to be a really good backcourt. And then you have Mikal Bridges, who's a good wing defender. Then I don't know who's going to be the guard defender. I'm guessing it's going to be Spence Dinwiddie playing the minutes. But having all of that defense around Cam Thomas means that him being like a liability on that end isn't going to be as pronounced while having his scoring. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but I think that they actually have a chance to really be in this top 8, and that's why I wanted them there.
I still don't got him as a playoff team though, because the offense, because like
Matty, sorry.
Because because
Are you talking about the
outside
step back 3 he hit?
Yes.
that was
Yeah,
I
you're
know that was
behind though,
cold.
bro.
That was cold. But I still don't like the
Talking about
offense.
that was cold like you watching.
the
No,
I
I'm
am.
playing. No, I'm playing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, but
you
like
said because of offense.
like the offense, like I don't know, because outside of Cam Thomas, who
Michael.
Mikal, well, I guess we need to see because I want to see how they look with Ben Simmons from that being a play initiator. I don't know who's gonna be their playmaker
Ben
on
Simmons
a team.
played.
Really. No, I'm talking about like play more when he plays more.
He
Because
played. Oh, okay. You got it.
no,
You got it.
no. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong.
Yeah, he played. He played at least 5 games, huh?
Okay. Then because I've really been. I'll be honest. I've been paying more attention to like Thomas and like the defense more than Simmons. So when I'm watching.
Ben Simmons essentially has been just doing
Defense.
what he does, but like taking less shots. Essentially, I'm not saying he's nowhere near as good as like his like his best season. I'd say he's still giving you a good versatile defense. He's still giving you that transition playmaking that he usually does. He's still an issue in half-court offenses because he's not looking at the rim as much as you think he should be. He's pretty much being Ben Simmons, but not a liability because he's not that good on the defensive end. That's what Ben Simmons is doing right now.
All right, Khalil.
Khalil, I'm gonna fix this now. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong.
The Nets, from what I've been seeing, like me and you said, we was like a top 6 seed, I think.
Yeah, I had them.
Seed.
I had them 8
Don't
to
meet
6.
me again, little boy.
I had them 8 to 6.
Seed.
Get them likes up, guys. Get them likes up, Karen.
I think with the scoring facility of Cam Thomas, him being the main scorer, the main offensive option on that team, while Michael being the secondary option on that team, that's a very good, like, just scoring. That's very good offense, if you ask me. Then you got Lonnie Walker coming off the bench. He is out of role players. The Nets got some of the best role players in the game. They got the whole bench is like great. I forgot that dude name that they played against the Clippers. He was having very impactful minutes. Khalil, what is his name? Wetford?
Trent Watford.
Yeah, yeah. He was coming in. He came in with very impactful minutes against the Clippers. This team, when Ben Simmons and Claxton get back together, I don't know how they would look more offensively. I know the defense is gonna take a massive jump. I think they're not even a top 10 defense. I don't think so. I think if they are, they at the bottom 10. But I know when Claxton and Ben Simmons get back, they're gonna take a massive jump.
Yeah, for sure. The Nets are also missing 3 of their best 5 players in Cam Johnson, Nicholas. I can't talk right now, bro. Cam Johnson, Nicholas Claxton, and Ben Simmons. So like obviously that hurts.
I'll be real. Yeah, I was gonna say Moon. I think Cam Johnson being gone is actually a blessing in disguise because we got actually the ability. No, because I think that actually allowed Cam Thomas to actually have much more time and actually see his offensive game being flourished. Because be honest with yourself, bro. Do you think he's gonna have the amount of minutes he's been having if Cam Johnson was actually fresh, not injured?
I don't know. Probably.
I do not think so.
I think it would take. Those are 2 completely different players. I think Cam Johnson is more of a complementary offensive option next to a star scorer. Because Jacques Vaughn already said in the beginning of the season that he wanted to use Cam Thomas' scoring ability more for the offense because he knew that they didn't have that many good creators.
Yeah, because the only other creators we have are like McHale and Dinwiddie. You don't want to really rely on those.
Those aren't even viable creators. But Ben Simmons coming back, Claxton coming back, that's gonna help the defense a lot. And Cam Johnson, who looked good in USA to me when I watched him. His offensive package last year when he came to the Nets, I think he was averaging 20. He looked much better on ball, putting the ball on the floor in the mid range and getting to the rim. Obviously, the spot up catch and shoot is always going to be there for him. But him as an offensive piece coming back for Cam Thomas, Ben Simmons playmaking, Mikal Bridges to be more off the ball than he is. The Nets are. I think that's a playoff team, and Dorian Finney-Smith has been playing really well for them too, and still having Royce O'Neal as another wing defender. And shout out Lonnie Walker, by the way. Lonnie Walker's been shooting the shit out the ball.
Exactly. He's been a really good shot creator off the bench, in my opinion.
He started this year like he started for the Lakers last year. So
yeah, something. I'm surprised a better team, like a contender team, another middle of the pack team, didn't try to aim for Lonnie Walker, or the Lakers didn't try to re-sign him either. That's why I'm surprised on that because I thought he was really good.
I do want to add on, I think one of the biggest things that we talked about, especially in I think it was the Eastern Conference standings that we talked about. Go watch that. we talked about how this team has really good wing defenders, and that's probably one of the biggest things about this team.
Yeah.
Having so much wing defenders like in abundance just makes it easy for you to rack up wins because the defense is always just gonna be great. Like, look how many wing defenders they have, the switchable pieces.
Yes, they. That's the thing is with the defense. I was watching. It's very switchable. I just want to see when Claxton and Ben Simmons and like he said, Cam Johnson get back. I want to see how the offense and how the defense take.
Yeah, that's a
Because we
Y'all,
switch
know the
everything
defense
one
gonna
through
take
five
that
right
jump.
there.
y'all think Claxton
We
the best player
know
on the
that
team too?
defense gonna take a jump.
You saw what?
I said y'all think Claxton the best player on the team too, or y'all got Mikel?
No, I think Cam Thomas is the best player on the team.
I'll give it a Claxton because I feel like because it's a bigger sample size. But I understand why you got Cam.
I don't know how Claxton would be better than Mikal Bridges if you're
Kind
thinking
of like
about
a
biggest sample
kind of
size. But
it's kind of like the Rudy Gobert Donovan Mitchell argument, where some people thought Rudy was a better best player on the team. I feel
I
like
thought
Claxton.
it was clear that was kind of really good bad play.
I feel like Claxton. I do understand why Khalil has Cam Thomas. I think later in the season I'll reevaluate it and reassess it. But right now I got Claxton because I think he's the best defender on the team. I think he has the biggest impact on the team. That's why I got him the best
I
player.
don't think it's as
I feel like
much
his
No,
Gobert Cam Thomas because I mean it's as much Gobert teammates because I think Gobert was a generational defender and was like having one
Yeah,
of the best rim protecting seasons of
exactly.
all
the
time.
impact of
And
Gobert was insane.
Yeah,
yeah.
this
Claxton don't bring
conversation
that.
would make more sense if Claxton is back. It was called backpacking their defense like Gobert was on the Jazz, but
Yeah,
Claxton
that's
has
fair.
a lot of switchable. Oh my god, no way did he just dunked all over him like that. We let Marvin Lay do that to us. That's crazy. Anyways, it would make sense if Nicholas Claxton was backpacking a defense like that, Gobert was. But Gobert, unlike Gobert, he actually has a lot of good like wing defenders, especially when Mikal came to that team. They had DFS as well. They have wing defenders with him, so he's not there by himself. While Cam Thomas is pretty
That's
much
fair.
the sole focal point of the offense outside of Mikal Bridges. So like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
and
Okay,
then
yeah, that's
when Lonnie Walker comes off the bench, but that's not Lonnie Walker doesn't usually play when Cam
fair.
is on the court. So
Can y'all see a Cam Thomas become a better playmaker, or you think that's more feel and like has the
what?
I
production?
What? What?
I think
I think
I think he'll be
I'm
better making reads to big man for his pick and roll game because I think he's getting more predictable as games go because like every single action they run from you don't even got to think if it's gonna be a pass or it's gonna be a shot from Cam Thomas.
yeah,
Like
you know
it's
that
always
nigga shooting the ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
he
don't
he
think
got
he's
that
gonna
MPJ
try. I think
gene.
he's gonna just be like, yeah, I'm just buckets. I'm gonna come out the and just be straight buckets.
He
I
Yeah.
think he can progressively become a better playmaker though.
he got that MPJ gene, man. I'm just
Just
gonna I
becoming more
see.
of a willing passer because he takes a
Yeah.
lot of shots.
He's gonna have to because if he's getting like these doubles and these attention, he kind of by nature have to since he's the
Hmm
only offensive creator on the team. But I think it's good. I think that'll be good for him. And like
Respect Mikal
the Nets,
Bridges.
the Nets are a good destination for like
Yeah,
a.
I don't like how you keep on saying that when like
I
you
mean,
Mikal
don't
Bridges
not
usually
only.
is
like
Yeah,
Michael
let me respect
mostly
my coverage. Like
most
elite. Let me say that elite or good.
they start when if you watch the I think they played Milwaukee, like Michael started off like the focal point of the offense, then Cam Thomas just leaned in more. Like he got his ISOs, he started doing this thing. It just was Michael then Cam Thomas. In
I
certain
will say this.
situations,
you do
The
realize
Nets,
that the team usually revolves around Mikel's offense, and then if Cam Thomas is starting to light up, is when they start moving towards Mikel. Not Mikel, Cam Thomas, but usually starts off with
yeah.
Mikel because at the end of the day, Mikel was the more consistent shooter, the scorer, in my opinion.
I would say that if they had like a star player on the
He
I
team,
is
don't know
though.
about consistent score.
if they had
I
like
think
Nah,
he's
I don't.
I think he's more consistent due to the fact that he's probably one of the best off-ball players in the league, and I think on ball he's able to actually get a shot off more. I do think that Cam Thomas has
I
the
haven't seen
higher
that much
highs.
this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough,
You
but
seen what?
I do think that Cam Thomas has higher highs in my opinion. Like he can become really hot very quickly.
You
But
say you haven't seen what, Khalil?
I haven't seen like Mikal be like a very consistent good scorer this season.
Like I said, I've been
Like in the
seeing him
beginning of the
take like
season, it was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, but I watched the Milwaukee game. That when they played, he was making shots. Like the shots was difficult, but if that's his game, we don't know what his game is yet to either make difficult shots and hit his threes whenever he's open or just and get to the rim. We don't. I'm not sure of his game yet. So like from what I see, he's a very good offensive player.
yeah.
Cam Thomas got the best offensive player on the team role, but people acting like Michael can't do nothing. Like it's crazy.
I'm a admit he's a better scorer than my Cam is a better right now. Cam looking like a better scorer than my guy, Trey.
Looking, he is.
what you mean? Anyways, okay. Is there any
Let's
more
talk about
teams?
the well in the room, bro. The well in
I
the
do
room.
I do want to
Yeah.
talk
What's
about
it? Wait.
um,
What do you want? So who you want to talk about, me then?
The well in the room, bro. The Clippers, bro. The Clippers, bro.
Go
I
ahead
don't
then.
think that's as important as you think.
All
We already
right,
know they
bro.
trash.
yeah, I mean
A
Clippers
Laker fan, nigga lost by 30 last game. Talking them. Yo,
they lost to a good team. What you
No
mean?
AD, by the way, no AD.
What you mean?
yo, I don't care. I don't care. Nigga lost by 30 with
No
LeBron
AD,
James
no
stat
Vando.
pad in the third.
No AD Vando or Jackson Hayes, by the way.
Bro, niggas out that bitch
Hey,
stat pad, bro. I
Nick,
don't.
putting Jackson Hayes in this conversation. That is Alex in Texas.
I mean, I will sneak him in the conversation when niggas got to run LeBron at the 5.
All
But yeah,
right,
go ahead
bro.
and talk about the Clippers, bro. What y'all saying?
Nah, actually, you start since you didn't even start yet, so you start on the Clippers.
Oh yeah, I think the Clippers before they got James Harden were looking like a serious contender in the West again. I'm not gonna lie. I like the lineup of Westbrook. The lineup of Russ, PG, Kawhi, Rocco, Zubac was looking very strong offensively and defensively. They were a top 5 offense and defense before they even got Harden. Um, Batum was actually having like a decent year before they traded him, and he's looking really good on the Sixers too.
Underrated
Zubac.
connector.
Yeah, for sure. Like I mean, Batum's passing has always been really good, but Bones Highland was looking like he established more of a role in the NBA before they got Harden. Norman Powell, well, he's been having a down year for me. T-Man, he's been hurt. I think he came back last game. He did come back last game, and
Yeah,
Mason
that was
Plumlee
the
just got
first.
hurt for 2 months. But like, yeah, I think before the Harden trade, the Clippers were looking like a really good team. They look like they've been playing with each other for like 5 years. And then all of a sudden this year, once they got Harden, it's kind of all fell apart. Kawhi has lost his role. It kind of looks like Kawhi looks lost out there. I'm not even gonna lie.
I just want to
PG is
say
just
one
missing.
thing though. Yo, just to cut my fault for cutting you off. I just want to say the Pistons are locking up Joel Embiid. It is sad to see. But going back to what you said.
Is it really?
Yes. They are locking up Embiid, dog. It's actually a sad sight to see, man.
The Clippers have went to as soon as they got Harden, it looks like they've went to like a lot more pick and roll plays than they ever had. I think that's what making their offense a lot more stagnant. Like they're not really utilizing anybody off ball. It's kind of just a Russ pick and roll to Zubac, Harden pick and roll to Zubac, and everybody else stay stationary and get ready to attack off a closeout if you get the ball, which has made their offense very schemable against to me. And PG has been missing a lot of shots. Kawhi has been less efficient since they got Harden. And I think the defense has been horrible because how bad Harden is as a defender. and I don't think that defensive lineup works together. I don't think you can have a Harden Russ point of attack with how bad both of them are being away from the basketball defensively. So and how bad Zubac is rotating. Because Harden and Russ are gonna get lost, and when Zubac needs to rotate around the court, it's gonna be cooked. That's literally what happened with the Nets too. So
I was going to say that my issue right now that I see is like what Clippers says the continuity because the Clippers in the past, the reason why they look so good in the beginning of the season because they had some continuity with each other because they finally was all healthy at once. They could finally all play off each other at
Oh
once,
me,
and now they kind of disrupted it by getting James Harden on the team because in the past, like we all said, if Kawhi and PG was healthy, they'll be a way better team than they actually are because they actually had time to play with each other. They had that time in the summer, and they had that time of everybody forming each other, playing with each other, and now it's kind of like all they kind of threw it all away for talent. I still think the Clippers team's gonna be really good. They still have to adjust to James Harden, but they're gonna have games like the last two games when you're figuring it out with a new guy, James Harden, whose play style is similar to Russ, who's similar to who needs the ball as well. And he is also good off ball now. Like what Khalil says, Kawhi looks lost. He's their best player, so you can't have the best player looking lost when you're relying on him to win the games ultimately at the end of the day. So I do think the Clippers can pick it up. I do think the offense will be better with adjustments, but the defense probably did take a little dip because, like you said, the rotations and the injuries to the team, and they lost some of their wing defenders in Rocco. Well, Batum was kind of bad. Same thing with Marquis. Well, just Rocco. But I think this Clippers team is gonna have to just figure it out, and it's gonna have some bumpy roads. In my they're gonna have some bumpy roads throughout the season, in my opinion.
for my opinion, I don't think the Rocco thing was like I said. I don't think Ty Lue was gonna really play Rocco. I think they thing was try to get his stock up and try to trade him, but that's me. And for the James Harden stuff, is mostly continuity. Like Khalil said, Kawhi looking like he seeming like a role player. He wants to be a role player. Uh, he's talking like a role player, like he's a role player, like he's actually doing that. And the Kawhi Leonard, like Kawhi Leonard, he do come off a lot of pin downs whenever they do have the action of it. Their actions mostly be Kawhi Leonard or PG coming off of pin downs and with or the pick and roll between Zubac and Harden or Russell Westbrook, which I do think they do be spamming the pick and roll a lot for Harden. But like I said, I think their main thing is to try to get Harden adequate with the four whenever they do need the full lineup, the full big star lineup. Because in the playoffs, you're gonna need that at some point. And I think during the season they're gonna get a lot better with James Harden. They're gonna mostly stagnate. Justin brought a point of them stagnating the offense between Harden and Kawhi with Zubac at the five most likely, and Russ and PG, which I do like that, or Russ, PG, and Kawhi while Harden is on the bench. I do like that stagnation if they involve it. I do think Ty Lue will involve it. He just trying to get them adequate with their pieces because in the playoffs they're gonna need them full stars. But that's just me.
What's up, guys?
What's
What up,
up,
man?
me?
What up, man?
What's good, man?
Oh, me.
How you feel about the
Hey,
Clippers,
Max, do you
man?
want me to mute you on Discord? You want me to mute you like Max? I'll take that
Oh,
as a no.
me.
All right, no, carry on, me.
I'm finished.
Now you done. It's your turn, Sam.
Is I don't have an opinion on the Clippers because I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't really been paying attention to them, so I don't have an opinion on them. That's why I haven't spoken.
Yeah, you good, you good.
Is anyone else? Is there any other teams you guys want to talk about now?
Meat. We talked about the T Wolves. Meat.
Yeah, sadly.
You missed the chance already, bro. Uh,
Can we talk about some of your best performances this season, like MVP, even though it's early?
I
Like,
thought y'all. Told my girl I was on stream and she proceeded to want to have 5 different conversations.
Type shit. But
yo, man,
what do you want to talk about, Max?
I
Nice.
was just going with the flow. I was just seeing y'all up here. I ain't been up here in a minute. I was just going with the flow.
how
That's
you feel about
actually
the Clippers,
true.
Max? How you feel about the Clippers, Max? You just got about talking
The,
about the Clippers.
the Clippers, they gonna be alright. They still one of the favorites to me once they get this clicking. Uh, I don't know. I think they're gonna make another move. I think they need to get another big that can help.
They really
Um,
for
need it.
sure.
They
That's
really need a switchable big. They really need
yes.
one.
They
yeah.
need us. We need a
Say they
big
get
guy.
Clint Capella. So I like that a lot.
Hmm. Okay, talk about your Timberwolves for a little bit because we didn't get to see have your take on them.
Western Conference Finals. Anthony Edwards MVP. Jaden McDaniels and Rudy co-defensive players of the year. Cat the flop of the year.
Yo, yo.
Okay,
Nikhil
I think they
Alexander
beating the
Walker.
Nuggets
I
though.
think
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
I
think they
think
beating the Nuggets, bro.
I think they're the
yeah,
only
I'm not
team.
gonna lie
hopes of
to you.
them
I
beating
have
the
this team
Nuggets,
again.
bro.
I already said that, like literally when we was talking about the Western Conference, I said, "Yo, this team, I would take them to beat the Nuggets." Honestly, I think this is literally the team that would be
Like,
the
I'm
best
not
to
saying
go
might no
against.
more. I think they will. Like, I'm not saying
Same,
might. I think they will.
same. That was my hot take. I thought it was really a hot take back then, but you guys didn't really move. Didn't seem that bothered by
No,
it. So I guess it's not a hot take.
because last year it was
Super close, even though
yeah.
it was like five
Mhm.
games.
But I do have a concern. It's like I want to see how Cat plays well in the playoffs. Because like yes, it was like they was the toughest team for the Nuggets, but he still lost them in 5 games. But I do think they'll be better this year because like, they have J Mac now. Anthony Edwards take another lead. And
Mm-hmm.
I do think Cat will be better. I don't think Cat's gonna have a stinker in the playoffs, and I do think Rudy Gobert. And plus, not only that, they should have been they should have really been the eighth seed. They could have been the seventh seed if what's his name Rudy Gobert didn't. Wait, no, what's his name didn't break his hand and the suspension didn't happen. I think they would have been the seventh seed. So this team is really good. It's just we have to see what other than what team can you see giving them a problem like potentially. Y'all think like the Warriors can give them a problem or like what flaw? Like I know they have a lot. I know.
Team that can expose Cat and Rudy Gobert. So the Warriors,
Yeah, the
um,
Warriors.
the Warriors. I don't think Jamal Murray can expose them. To be honest, I think that he just.
Mhm.
I mean, he ain't
Yeah, I
Steph
don't think
Curry,
that pick and roll
but
just.
he,
So basically,
yeah,
an elite shooting team.
just anybody can pull him out.
Okay, I got
Jokic
you.
can pull him out, but I still. And then about the Cat thing, the way Cat playing right now, we still winning. So.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fact. That's
Even
fact.
if he
I
do,
just think that would be
even if
better.
he do struggle in the playoffs, it look like we can win without him. So I know that's what we got Nas Reed for. That's why you got.
Yeah,
That's why we got Kyrie. So we got depth. Just because Cat making his super match don't mean he got to play. And I hope the
yeah.
coach realize that.
And shout out to Nikhil Alexander Walker too. He's a really good role player.
3 or D. Well, I don't know about the three. But
Yeah.
D.
All right, I feel like this is time for us to move on to the next topic, which is dying archetypes. So one of the dying archetypes I wanted to talk about is the rebounding big, the rebounding big, like the big that just be grabbing 15 rebounds, but they're not that great offensively or defensively. I feel like those type of players have pretty
Andre
much been
Drummond.
phased out of the league. Like Andre Drummond, yeah, the Andre Drummond, and or
Okay.
on the thumbnail, I actually have it as Moses Malone, but but those type of players have just lost value. Why do you guys think that's the case?
I don't think they lost value. I just think
I think they do.
they never like caught a hold of the league. It's like there always was like barely someone like in every decade. So it's like this decade, Kevin Looney, you got I don't think he's the now he did improve as a what you call it, but
I was gonna say I think
yeah,
he kind
now
of
he
breaks the
did
mold because he's a
improve.
good defender.
But for teams to actually like now the league is just getting better. So regardless of the league is just getting better regardless. So
I
I
think
don't think they a dying breed. I don't think there's a I just think they always did just have a small amount of them. Like when we thought of them, it was on like two people. And one was in fucking decades ago and the other one was like one decade one decade ago, 2010s.
okay then. So what do you think about post playing bigs then? They're on like hyper efficient, like the Zebos. Do you think that's a dying breed then? Because outside of like the hyper efficient ones like
Yeah, I
Embiid,
think that
Jokic,
is a dying breed. I think
that's
that's
a
a
dying breed. Like
I
those
think
type of bigs have just pretty much phased out of the league. Because at
yeah, I
this
think
point,
that's a dying breed.
offenses, yeah, let me just get off. The offenses at this point have been is much more sophisticated than it is in previous generations. The efficiency and the amount of points that are being scored nowadays, like what 115, 118. If your big isn't generating enough offense to actually be around that level, like an Embiid, Jokic, even somewhat Sabonis, even though he's nowhere near as efficient as the first two, you should not be taking those post moves. You're not that efficient. Even Giannis being able to do it is mainly due to the fact that he provides a lot of value as just being the best rim finisher in the league. That's the reason why he can get off with actually playing in the post as well, because it gives him another part of an arsenal that he has other than just diving to the rim. But most players who their bread and butter is just straight up post moves and you're not that efficient at it, yeah, you've just been phased out of the league, because at this point 3-point shooting has come to the point of that it's just way more valuable than your less than half you know, you making less than half your shots in the post. But yeah, go ahead, Moo.
I think you answered your question because like I think it's depending on the era because like in a dead ball
Yeah,
era
what's
or
that's what I'm talking about now. That's the whole
Yeah,
point,
oh
that's
is
why
talk
it's
about now.
dying. Yeah, that's the
oh
term is dying.
oh yeah
Uh,
I guess yeah yes you answered the question.
I think me personally of that. Uh, man, I forgot what I wanted to say. The people like Zebo, it just yeah, mostly era. Like no, they was never really good at anything else other than just post play. That's the thing about them. They and a player that isn't viable to anything else but post play is like non-efficient. You might as well just throw them out in today's game because there's not gonna be use for you in today's game.
Mm.
All right then. What are do you guys have any other ones that you think aren't gonna be are a dying breed? One of my ones that I have as a dying breed, which kind of been spoken about on another podcast that I was actually gonna bring up here, is the pass first point guard. I think those are a dying breed.
All right, hold
Because
on,
I
Zeno. Let
think.
me cut you off, LeBron.
Mhm.
Sure.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't do first
we
one. Don't
we
do that.
we already
But
talked about the pass first point guards before. Check out the other episode if you want to look at the pass first point guards. But
oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
we're gonna go back to this post up. So you said something about a post up. If what?
What do you mean? First one, don't ever first one, don't ever call me little bro like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I just
Was it really
moved on with
crazy?
it because I wasn't okay. All right. I just moved on because I was actually trying to get back to the board knowledge, but don't do that. I was talking about how if you're not that hyper efficient like Jokic or Embiid, and that's your main source of offense, not like being a good roller to the rim or being able to supplement it with other ways of actually getting good offense. So, for example, like I said, being good in a pick and roll situation, being great in transition. If you're not able to do that and you're just mostly revolved around that post game, you're pretty much phased out of the league. That's what I said.
Oh, so you're talking about strictly from a player standpoint, not a team standpoint?
Even for a team standpoint, what team nowadays that really can sit down on it and be like, okay, this post player who's not hyper efficient, not that efficient in general, can actually be our main focal point of an offense and actually be successful.
The Grizzlies, they like to post up a lot with JJJ, Xavier Tillman.
Is
down
that
low
successful? Is that offense successful?
They have the highest post up points per possession, 1.27, which is very efficient offense. The Kings are number 2, 1.25 points per possession. The Lakers number 3, 1.24.
But I feel like those are different because I feel like those are also supplemented with the other style of offenses that they do. Dude, when it comes to the Grizzlies, could you bring it back? When we go back to the Grizzlies, how great is their other offenses? Because I'm talking about strictly players, by the way. I'm not talking about from a team aspect.
You
Because
talking
I think
about
that's
just
kind of
the
different.
flair of like
Exactly.
the post.
Yeah, that's why I switched it up. So I asked if you were talking about team 2 because the Grizzlies they go to the post because their other offensive actions aren't efficient. So like the
Exactly.
Grizzlies are the worst pick and roll team in the NBA. So that's why they like to dump the ball into the post a lot because they don't have a pick and roll playmaking guard who can create advantages for them in the interior.
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. Like it's kind of dumb to really to talk about those type of stuff when at the end of the day you're just not good, you're not that great on that. That's what I'm talking about, specifically players rather than the whole team aspect, because that's completely different. If you get what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, but I do think I think post players are still viable in today's game. I think they're still useful when a team's like it's very important for having a post player when like a lot of actions get broken down and you're kind of scrambling for buckets and then you have a guy you can just dump the
You
ball
mean
to in
like
the post.
you mean
Like over
like a
reliable type
release
shit.
file, like a release
Yeah,
file.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And
Okay, but
I don't think it's as important as it was in the 2000s where that's literally like, oh yeah, that's our number one offense.
you get what I'm saying now. That's
Yeah,
what you're saying is essentially what I'm saying. It's gotten less valuable.
yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
I'm gonna have to, okay, he muted himself. Well, he's gone. But yeah, going back to what Khalil was saying, that's essentially what I mean by like they've become less useful, aka that they've been dying archetype, because teams have now have more ways of supplementing an offense to actually get them to the 115, 16s, and 17s. Better spacing, better shooting, like all these type of type of ways of actually scoring. It's just they've gotten better in that way. So that's why they don't have that issue. That's what I'm trying to explain. Um I'm trying to think of other archetypes that I can actually bring up right now. It's kind of coming off to try to come off my head. We already spoke about first point guards. We've spoken about them a few times on Full Court Press. Essentially, the issue is, we need you to score as well. There's no like we need you to be able to force the defense to actually play up on your own scoring package. So you being a pass first score point guard means that the teams are more likely to sit off on you because of the fact that they know, okay, you're looking to actually get your team involved rather than your own self, and that's the issue with pass first point guards. They're more. I want to say they're more predictable. I guess that's the issue.
Yeah, me, Max, we was talking about like the point guard slasher.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's on a dying breed. Like people say Scoot, but the thing is with Scoot, I don't think he's gonna be that good as people think he is. I think I think he's gonna fall as one of the worst rookies in the draft class, especially at that high of a pick. I think players like just the point guard slasher is just a dying breed because the only exceptions are Ja Morant right now. That's the only exception that's near the top 10. You could say
I
at the most.
disagree. Do you think Fox kind of classifies as one of those?
Nah, I think
Because
he's more of a speedster and like I'm talking about the players that are played like above the rim. That
but
just like plays
oh,
above the rim.
okay, no, but I was no, because I was yes, what you're saying is understandable. I kind of put John Moran and Fox in that okay slasher guards because they both do like their main source of offense until De'Aaron got to that point where he's gone that not
Yeah,
hyper consistent but consistent mid range. They all did play in the same way where they're just using their athleticism to just blow by defenders, and I think that Fox also did that, but the difference is Fox kind of broke away from that mold due to the fact
yeah,
that he's
that's
actually great. He actually became a reliable mid-range shooter, and that's how he's actually
yeah,
become
that's why
much
I
more
wasn't
consistent.
really fan Fox because of the I think he's more of a use my speed and I'm gonna get to the rim. Same thing with Tyrese Maxey of I'm gonna use my speed to get to the rim type players. I don't classify them as like just slashes. I classify them as just because
Sl-
also
do you
I think
classify
them
him as a
players got
slash and
the
splash?
mid range. They got the ability to shoot the ball when they need to
Mhm.
because they added the ability to shoot the ball now. But these
Okay, so I get what
just
you're saying. Hmm.
Russell Westbrook archetype of I'm just gonna slash at the rim, and
Even Russell's kind of
I'm
is
sup-
kind of a bad comparison, but I get what you're saying. Though you're saying the Jaw, I think Jaw is a better comparison because
no, I
he just
think
has
he
a great mid
forced
range.
his shot. That's the thing. He tried to force the shot because he don't have the rim run. Uh, uh I think De'Aaron is the person of now I can do this. I could do
Both.
this mid range very good. I think Russell was more of a now I gotta force this midi so I could try to like force this midi so the defense could at least pick up on me and I could get to the rim more.
Yeah. Okay. So you're essentially saying that Fox has mastered his mid range to the point where the defense actually is afraid of his mid pull up and his attacking at the
Yeah,
rim, while
yeah,
Jaw is actually trying to force the defense to be respecting his jumper. That's the difference.
yeah.
Understandable. I do
And
agree with that.
I don't even classify Ja 100% because of his playmaking ability, but uh, I got to just to make the hold on.
I do agree that slasher, yeah, that archetype is a dying breed because at this point in time, defenses have gotten too good to allow just slashers to be that. And I think Jar also the thing is with Jar and why he's also kind of in exception is how great of a slasher he is because he really Jar's as much as people think of him as like not stupid but reckless, he's also controlled in like when he wants to actually attack the rim, even like getting into the teeth of the defense, trying to watch what the defender's going to do before he actually does attack the rim, or if he tries to just put pressure on the defense before he kicks it out to a defender or a roller to the rim. So he actually has some type of like a basketball. Okay, of course he has basketball IQ, but he
Yeah,
has more IQ in his game that people actually care to believe in, and I think that's one of the other reasons why I think he doesn't
yeah.
classify as one of the. Huh? Is that me? Me?
Mm,
Is that me? Let me check.
nah, that's me. That's me. That's me. My phone about to my phone about to go to sleep type stuff. Phone about to die. But
Damn.
the archetype of that I do think is a dying breed because I don't
Hmm.
think it's more viable than any other breed right now. It's like the archetype of just slashing is just not viable no more. It just doesn't work.
What's another one you think is not viable?
Uh, We already said the post.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about it when you sent me the text. Slashing was the only one that I really like thought of. I can't really think of no more. It was like when I think of archetypes, I was like, it's very hard to like find that because these players today, people people was talking about like just bucket getters was the dying breed. You tell Cam Thomas, and I don't even think that also. I don't
That's
think
not true. There's a
I
lot of
know
there's a
I
lot
know
of
that
pure bucket getters in the league.
Mr. Just Listen was saying that, but
Mm.
uh I'm not really sure on archetypes that because they got a lot of shot creators, they got a lot of stationary shooters, they got a lot of 3 and D players. They got a it's like it's hard to, but I do get what you were saying with the rebounding, what you call it.
Yeah, because I feel like with rebounded bigs, they don't provide enough value on the defensive end when you could get yourself a a big that doesn't is not that aggressive on the boards, but also is just much better on defense. That he would provide you much more value just because defense is what wins championship, not just being such a monster on the boards.
Yeah, I
Um,
just think the thing is with that, I just think it was so less of them in history that it was
mhm.
like it's hard to like say that because it was so less of them in history.
That I understand with you. All right,
Yeah.
so since I guess we both just don't have much others to really talk about. Okay, so hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. 130, 131. It's not that bad amount of time.
I'm
So
good time.
thank you very much for coming through to Full Court Press, episode 11, with Who Done It, Moo Done It,
Yo,
and Xena, or aka Just a Dreamer. Thank you for coming through. Stay safe, guys, and peace.